before I start, I have to take this fucking horrible cocodamol because my back is in absolute fucking agony. That tastes fucking vile. I think my high score on this table is something like 175 million. I will certainly not be getting close to that here. It keeps coming down way too close to the centre for my fucking liking. Oh, I thought that was going fucking out. You... That... Oh. Fuck's sake. Maybe I should use the... And... Oh. You... Oh. Get you... Oh, fucking hell. That... Oh. You... Oh, fucking hell. And... I think there's only a few. Oh, you fucking car. Too busy looking at the fucking score.
Extra ball.
Yeah, that's the extra ball is locked, but I don't think I've actually got it yet. You fucking shyster.
Whoa.
You fucking. Oh, okay. Can I start another multi-ball? No, that's gone straight down the fucking middle. Yeah, where is the phone part? I can't fucking see it. I don't remember seeing this before. Why is that thing floating around? It's still floating around and I still don't know what the fucking hell I'm meant to do with it. Jesus Christ, it takes him so fucking long to actually start jumping. Get down the fucking end. I think I've only got one more to get. There we go. So I've got 10 million for that. Oh, looks like I completed that mode. Not a fucking clue how. 140 million. Fucking hell, I'm not far off my best on here. 149,204,320. Well, wasn't that fucking great? The table is pretty much all ramps. This isn't nothing but ramps. Most of these lanes here, they all merge into one. They're not actually ramps. There are only 2 ramps. I have been able to do the skill shot. I've got no idea what the skill shot is. It would help if I actually knew what the skill shot was, but I don't. Well, did I get the skill shot or what? It would appear not. Oh, fuck it, it's only a skill shot, it's not like it fucking matters. If you send the ball down a lane that's already lit, it turns that light out. I'm not a big fan of tables that do that. Right, where is the phone part? There. Sending the ball just round and round this orbital is not going to get me through this mode. There's only 3 left to get, and they're all in that one row. And you just know I'm not going to fucking get them. That's the flipper I needed it to be on. Okay, I did manage to get them. I don't know how the fuck I managed to get away with that. I thought that was going straight out. Now I've got to avoid the lights. Fuck that up. And then that fucking happens as well. Now we have to collect the sweets. Oh sorry, it's American. handy before the timer runs out. I've never been able to complete this mode, and I'm not going to now either. If you keep hitting the spaceship, eventually it launches, and you then send the ball in the hole that it leaves, and I'm going to restart. I'm not going to get anywhere near my best though. Especially if I keep doing that, for fuck's sake. Graphically, I think the table looks great. Graphically, I think it looks fine. The spaceship does look quite a bit like the spaceship as far as I can remember from the film. E.T. don't look fuck all like he does in the film. Audio, it's all pretty innocuous. The music is a bit too nicey, so are the sound effects. E.T. sort of sounds like he does in the film. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Elliot sounds more like a girl than a boy. Maybe it's because his bollocks haven't dropped yet, so his voice hasn't broken. It's quite an enjoyable table. It's actually not too bad. I score it 7 out of 10. Not a bad table at all. 7 out of 10. I think the table's okay. 7 out of 10. It randomly generating what sort of creature you start off with. First thing again is to eat. If you don't do that, you'll die of starvation very quickly. Eat, that's always the first task. Once you've done that, this option appears, a reproduction option. By moving it, you can change the genetic code of your particular creature. It's only when you unlock 2 or 3 that it starts to give you some real options. You change from this beetle thing to a horse, a dog, a man. Once the flames reach the skull, then you've died of old age. And all of the directional controls at the bottom, as I've just been trampled and killed, don't really help an awful lot. For a start, I've just been trampled by a fucking predator that came out of nowhere. And I've just been trampled on. And there he goes. Okay, just about managed to avoid being trampled by the fucker. Going through this fucking random generating thing, you know it's going to be the beetle. Just get a fucking move on. Oh, it's a beetle, what a surprise. The playing area is quite small, it's half the screen. Graphically, it's not exactly anything revolutionary. Graphically, it's pretty piss poor. Using wireframe graphics on an Amiga, is that really acceptable? Vector graphics should be filled in. Audio, it's piss poor. If this is Fred Gray, this must rank as some of his worst computer music ever. And this time we'll have the sound effects on. Sound effects, as you can hear, are fucking piss poor. It's fucking infuriating that you can have one or the other, but not both. The Amiga's capable of both. Gameplay. What fucking gameplay? Gameplay is non-existent. All you need to do is click and hold on the button to do the task that you need to do, whether it's eat or whether it's the fucking screw. That's the variety of gameplay, choosing which of the 2 icons you click and hold the mouse button on. Suddenly out of nowhere, as you've seen a couple of times, another creature that is capable of killing you will just come along and, oh, it's stamped on you, the end. The radar there that shows you that there are creatures in the area, but it doesn't tell you which is which. A slug or a human, they both look the same. It just has absolutely zero playability. The game is a fucking insulting sack of shite. I give this game 0.5 out of 10. Bollocks to this fucking heap of shit. 0.5 out of 10. Ed 209 The Revenge is only a small public domain demo. In fact, it's more just like an intro. It's only meant to be like a demo or an intro, which just happens to be interactive to a degree. It is interactive, it is a game of sorts. After watching RoboCop, we felt sorry for Ed 209. Ed 209 was tormented by RoboCop when all he wanted was world domination. Now you can help him reach his destiny. So we'll blow the fuck out of Batman, but notice no blood. That's because he gets up and off he goes. We encounter the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This dog, you can see, you can't actually reach him, so what you have to do is kick it and then shoot it while it's in the air. Putting stuff like there's no such thing as gravity in the earth sucks. That's just not funny. It wasn't funny when this came out. I noticed something on the wall there. What's the password? It's on the wall. Yes, you do need a password. This guy here, he asks for the password. There we go, so we'll quickly type it in. There we are. And away we go. We made it to the end. That is it. Once we made it to the Underground Empire, we get this, which informs us that Trinity is coming soon, except they spelled coming soon wrong. I always thought it was pretty good because it gave me the chance to blow the shit out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can't say it doesn't deliver. For sheer novelty, I give it 9 out of 10. I fucking hate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've got something in my eye as well, which is annoying. The Eidolon is the name of the machine that you are travelling in. It allows you to travel within the darkest regions of your own mind. You do have a time limit. The 6 on the display tells me that we have 6 minutes left. The 1 tells you that you're in level 1. On the left hand side is a temperature reading from C to H. The hotter it gets, the closer you are to the end of level Guardian. You need the spacebar to collect fireballs and gems, and the number keys 1, 2, 3 and 4 to select what kind of fireball you are launching. As you fire each fireball, it uses up power. The different colour fireballs also use different amounts of power, so you have to be sure that you have the power supply to be able to use them. Some creatures are completely immune to some forms of fireball. There's a blue fireball there. It stops the time as we approach him. He then comes to life. One fireball takes care of him. You can see that he was guarding a red gem, which we pick up. That restores some more power. As you get close enough, then you activate them. A couple of fireballs. 3. Okay, I fucked up a bit there. Your own fireballs can bounce back. If they hit you, they'll damage you. He was guarding the green gem. Picked up 2 of the gems. There's only 3 in each level. The level guardians are dragons. There he is. You need the right gem and sometimes the right combination of gems in order to awaken the guardian. Once he's awakened, you can then attack him. So he's taken the red gem, which has awoken him. He's firing yellow fireballs at me. If the diamond shape forms around them, you can then pick up the fireball that's been launched at you, and instead of it damaging you, add it to your energy supply. Because I already had the green and blue gems off the previous level, I don't need to collect them again, but it is nice to clear out a level. As I don't really need to pick up any more gems, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if I went and confronted the Guardian straight away. Let's see if we can try and find the Guardian of this level. There is the Guardian. This guy is immune to red fireballs. You need the yellow ones to attack this one. So here we go. And he launches green fireballs at you. He's jumping around trying to avoid the fireballs and succeeding. Shit. Oh no! I'm running low on power, so now I've got to collect the fireballs he fires at me. just to be able to fire back at him. Doesn't look like I'm damaging him any. Oh, yes I am. I'm not too sure where to go on level 4. There's one of the fireballs that's floating around. Oh, shit. This guy's a bit of a toughie. Let's give him a go. He's following me back as I'm backing off from him. He's taking an awful lot of hits. Oh, it looks like the Guardian's here. So, that's one of his heads destroyed, but I've got to wait for it to fire because I don't have the power to launch the blues at him. But I did him. This cavern is created using Lucasfilm's fractal generator, and it creates a superb looking environment. There are a huge number of different creatures around each level. There's an enormous variety of them. The game is fantastic. It's just incredible. It is quite superb. It's great. If you thought the video was good, then you simply got to try the game because playing it is far more enjoyable than watching. I would give it 9.5 out of 10. Go out there and get it and play it now. 9.5 out of 10. It doesn't take that long for each level to load. It takes less time than it takes me to light my fucking fag because my light is so shit. Come on. My best go of this on Pinball FX2 was over 70 million. In FX3 I've so far only managed 8 point something. So yeah, there is a yawning chasm between how well I did in the first and now. Did that? Yeah, that gave me 10 million just for that one fucking shot. So this is already my best ever go. I didn't read that scrolling message, so I don't really know what I'm meant to be doing here. Well, that's the plan. I don't know what I did there, but it was magnificent. Oh, fucking hell! Oh, fucking hell. This mode could go on for a while, as I keep trying to... yeah, mission failed and then the second ball went straight out after it. This is quite basic, quite simple, and is a bit of a cunt when you keep fucking it up. Oh, what a cunt. Oh, yeah. The old overpowered bumpers doing their usual thing of pissing them off. Clearly Zen Studios think they're great and want them featured. I am far from happy about that. What can I do? I'm only one of the paying customers. Graphically I think it looks great. The audio suits it really well. I like the layout. The layout is well done. Providing the layout's well done, I don't think a relatively empty table is that bad. It's not too cluttered. I think the difficulty level is spot on. Why have I used that? What a fucking waste of time. Oh god, back spasm. Now I don't bother with the skill shot because I can't remember if there is one. Fucking did well there. I know there is a skill shot on this table, but I can't for the life of me remember what the fuck it is. Fucked up the skill shot. That wasn't the skill shot. If I had got that skill shot, that would have trebled my fucking score. I think that was the skill shot. When I used to play this on Pinball FX3, I did become pretty good at it, and one go could last a fucking long time. Oh, fuck. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. I thought that was going straight out. Oh, fucking hell. That was close. I could really do with starting the multi-ball session, but I can't remember how. First multi-ball session. Oh, fuck's sake. Doesn't help that it's constantly keeps going down the side and then lose it again there. Don't know where I got that 5 million from, but I'll fucking take it because that's bumped up my score by a healthy amount. Now I need to get that extra ball. And straight away, and I bet you that extra ball option is not going to be saved. No, it isn't. And you may also notice that the table does look rather like it has, it's lopsided. That was a fuck up and half there. Oh, that's fucking hell. Try and get it in that one. There we go. Still no multiple. And now the ball's gone out. Oh, you fuck. Twice now and that was straight down the middle. Absolutely nothing I could fucking do there. That's straight out. And straight fucking out. Are you fucking... Oh, fuck's sake. Nice subtle way for it to tell me that mission failed. Oh fucking, what was that? I didn't even see where that went. And that's going straight down the fucking middle. Yeah, I don't recognise this gold search at all. I can't get the ball away from the magnet. Oh, I got 1 million for it. Oh, fuck's sake! Well, it's taken a while, but I'm finally having a reasonable go. Oh, fuck it. Graphically, it's fucking fantastic. It really does look good. I always like the music on this table. Sound effects are pretty good as well. And providing I don't fuck up big time like that, it's actually a layout that I quite like as well. The overpowered bumpers here are spoiling it. The overpowered bumpers ruining it. It's not going to take me long to get fucked off with these overpowered bumpers. I will score it 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Was it my imagination, or was that jackpot only worth 50,000? What a shitty fucking jackpot that is. What we are doing is Skyrim. This is from the Bethesda. Let's load it up. It's taking its fucking time loading. Skill shot has a lot of luck involved in it.
Skill shot.
There are a lot of extremely strange aspects to this table, it's fucking difficult to explain. Really hoping I am going to be able to explain this one quite well. Holding down the launch button brings up your inventory. You can change your weapons if you like, and now I change apparel. Then there's armours, what kind of armours I can wear. Miscellaneous, these are all other items I've got, so lockpick, iron ingot. I don't want to join a different fucking guild. Just want the one that I was already with. Where's it fucking gone? I haven't really got close to trying to explain this one very well. It's just stupidly complicated. Now we can actually go back to playing the actual game. This is the only side quest left to do. Save the people and defeat the vampire. Okay.
Defeat the vampire.
Trying to get a maximum. I don't know if I actually killed him or not there. So I've hit 3 of them, and that looked like it was going straight out. I thought that was going out. I thought that was going straight out. Oh, fucking hell, I thought that was going out. Don't you fucking dare. Right, 4, 1 more to get. Ah, fucking hell. That looked like it was going straight out. That. Oh, okay, so now it does. Straight fucking between them. Normally I hit 5 and then lose the ball. 5. So 1 more, which means, there you go, straight out. My health is low. Whatever fucking difference that makes. I mean, you know, it's you've lost a life when the ball goes down with like that. Trying to control the ball, but it was moving too fucking fast. Graphically, it's fine. Graphics are fine. The audio's fine. The audio is fine. The table layout is actually fine. The layout of the table is fine. The layout of the table is actually not bad. The biggest problem with the table layout is the fucking side bumpers are far too powerful, and I fucking hate them. The dot matrix score there is not very easy to read. The problem I have is this utterly pointless role-playing element. Why add this role-playing element? The role-playing element, it's needlessly confusing. It does feel like it's been tacked on. It feels... Oh, fucking not again. It could not be any more intrusive. It has no business being in it, really. It's a stupid idea. This is supposed to be pinball, which is supposed to be a fast-paced game. So it just does not work. You still lose a life when the ball goes, you know, out of play, no matter how buff the character might be. Part of the appeal of pinball is that it is ultimately very simple to play. The simplicity factor of pinball has just gone out the window. Why couldn't they have just done a pinball table and leave it at that? If they just left it as, you know, a regular pinball table, it would have been okay. It's not diabolical. I'll score it 2 out of 10. This is a pinball game. 2 out of 10.
Try again in your next life.
Fuck off. This game is a simulation of all the fun and excitement of an election campaign. I'll say no, we're not going to see the rules. We won't see the rules. You can have 4 players. If this is the sort of game that appeals to you, you don't have 3 friends. This is to lead the Tory party, but they've called it Who Leads the Con Party. That's probably the truest thing in this fucking game. Press return if no one. Well, at the moment, no one does lead the con party, so here we go. go. Who leads the Lab Party? So they can't even be bothered to write out Labour. Who leads the Lib Party? So they couldn't even write Liberal. I think the Liberal and SDP alliance was going then in 83, wasn't it? Someone let me know. Actually, you don't have to let me know. I'm not interested. Who leads the Ind Party? So it's independent. So that'll be me. I'll put in a name that is suitably apt for this game. How many rounds of canvassing do you want? I'll do 2. Believe me, you don't want to see more than that. Cunt of the Independent Party. I have 8 grand. They all have round figures. 15,000, 17,000, 16,000, and then there's me, 15,478. How much do I want to spend on canvassing? Let's spend 3 grand. Do you want to extend the canvassing? No, we'll just have 2 rounds. Okay, just 1 round. So the voting has started. I won a seat off of the Labour Party. I'm now the official government, albeit only with a 1 majority, so it's more than a hung parliament. It's a hung, drawn and quartered parliament. You won because of lots of good publicity. Do you want to see the result of each constituency? Here's the one I won. And Rochdale, I came second from last, and here, well, you get the idea. I won this one. There are no graphics in the game. This is all character set. That's the title page that's supposed to make this game appeal to you. You saw the graphics there of the Houses of Parliament. That's the graphics highlights. Look at oh, fuck off. There is no sound in the game of any kind. This looks like it was rejected from Cascade Cassette 50. If it had been on Cassette 50, which was 10 quid for 50 games, so you would have paid 2p for it, and you still would have been ripped off. When this game came out, this was not $1.99. This was $2.99. The game is written entirely in BASIC. If you type N for no, it takes you to the ready prompt. You can break into the program just by pressing run stop. You can break into the program just by pressing run stop. If you think having your fucking scrotum nailed to a plank of wood is mild, this might appeal. Only complete cunts would look at that and say, yes, that's the game for me. It means Jacob Rees-Mogg would rush out and buy it. Anybody else would just take one look at that and just say, fuck off. Everything about this game, from initial idea to finished product, is total fucking bollocks. This game is a fucking monumental load of shite. This game is unbelievably shite. Avoid it like an epidemic that combines the plague, bird flu and every other disease and virus you can mention. A game cannot get worse than this. This is the worst Mastertronic game ever released. Do you want to play again? No, not really. Worse than the A-Team out of 10. Worse than the A-Team out of 10. I've already reviewed one game by Play Orbit Games. That was Algol. We all saw how good that was. Buying this brown thing that's wandering around here, and when you fire, your shot only has a very limited range. Having got through what I can only assume that was level 1, you enter this part here, which looks like the game has just crashed completely. Oh, you silly rapscallion, do you really think you can escape whatever that fucking was? And we appear on, presumably, the next level. I wonder if things will improve here. The visuals are frankly insulting to the Commodore 64. There were games released on the Atari 2600 console in 1979 that were visually far superior to this. The graphics are worse than graphics I've seen in games released for the Atari 2600 in 1979. Worse than I have seen for games for the unexpanded VIC-20. There are VIC-20 games that look vastly superior to this. The graphics here look like the game has crashed. But no, this is how it actually is supposed to look. It makes Algol look like a graphical fucking masterpiece. They just have absolutely no redeeming qualities of any description. The majority of the game is played in silence. When the sound effects do come along, it makes you really appreciate that most of the game is played in silence. The vast majority of the game is played in total silence, but when the sound effects do come along, you wish they hadn't. The quality of the music on the title page does sort of rescue it a bit. Title page music is by far the best thing about the game, and it's not brilliant. Music on the title page is not a particularly good piece of music. The title music is not that great. This game has just completely drained me of any ability to come up with words that describe just how fucking shit it is. I just cannot find the words. I don't think there are the words in the English language that can in any way describe what is going through my head as I play this fucking shit! The gameplay just comes across as a complete afterthought. And when you see just how shit the game looks visually, to be an afterthought, you wouldn't have thought it fucking possible. It looks like it was knocked together in about half an hour by somebody who only has the most rudimentary idea of what makes a game. There were shoot-em-ups that were released for the 16K Spectrum in 1982 that were more enjoyable to play. You can technically buy it. It's name your price. My price is they should fucking pay me. This is the cunt who came up with Algol. And what a fucking shit pile that was. And this is worse. What a fucking pile of shit. It is just complete fucking toilet. A fucking load of bollocks from start to finish. I could just end the review there, but there is a bit more that needs to be said. There are a few people who commented on my Algol review. Every single one of them ended up getting a reply from Playorbit, which is this modern cunt, or however you fucking pronounce it. I neither know nor fucking care. Without exception, he was calling them all ignorant, where they had all said that the game looked like an absolute fucking load of shit, which it is. Very quickly, he was the one who was just dishing out the insults. So he was complaining that everybody was doing nothing but insulting, whereas that is exactly what he was doing. He really fucking went into one. He is so fucking thin-skinned and absolutely cannot take any criticism of any kind. He also compared himself in a favourable way to Jeff Minter. He must be the arsehole of the Commodore 64. Your arsehole has but one purpose: to fucking excrete shit. What he essentially did was prove that he is the Commodore 64 equivalent of Uwe Boll. He ended up getting himself muted from my channel. All of his comments, you now can't see them. Or at least, you can't see them at the moment. If there is the demand, I'll upload the video I made where I go through every single one of the comments that he left and show him for the thin-skinned fucking sack of cunt that he is. Dorado. There you go, I kept pronouncing his name wrong. What a fucking shame. Can you guess yet what my opinion of this game is? I will score this game -9. You don't say my game shit, you can't. -9 out of 10. You're meant to be on a motorcycle, even though you never actually see the motorcycle. If you hit the side of the road, you don't actually go off the track at all, but it does slow you down. You can't actually go off the road, but if you hit the road barriers, it will slow you down until you eventually stop. And I failed to avoid that obstacle and that one. Missing the roadside obstacles when you're going around a corner is, to put it mildly, fucking difficult. Graphics, it's staggeringly bland at best. Graphically, it is unbelievably bland. There are a number of glitches that constantly appear, all these dots that keep appearing. That happens throughout the game, all these sort of dots that, oh, fuck off. The music is absolutely nothing to fucking write home about at all. There's no sound as far as the motorcycle that you are riding. For the bulk of the time, there is absolutely fuck all else on the road. What few roadside objects there are extremely basic, as same goes for the obstacles on the road. If you look at the road, it does look like you are going fast. The game does generate a sense of speed. There is something of a sense of speed. There is certainly a sense of speed. The sense of speed is completely fucking flushed down the carsey because nothing actually moves at the same rate. The stripes on the road are, for fuck's sake, you have no fucking chance at all of being able to dodge the fucking thing. Oh, you fucking sack of shit, fuck off! You see how long it takes for the thing to actually respond to the input as far as moving left or right. So yeah, we have these things here, and I'm trying to zigzag past them. Well, you just can't do it because you're moving like left or right, and the thing is so fucking unresponsive. As you can see with these obstacles, they are so fucking big that until you are practically right on top of them, you can't tell what side of the road they are on. They seem to be completely in the middle until you are right on top of the fucking things. Until you are right on top of the fucking things, you've no idea what side of the road they're on. Like, I couldn't see until, again, I was right on top of it, what side of the road that obstacle was going to be on. If you hit the tunnel wall, which you can't see, it stops you completely and resets you. So going through the tunnels is absolute frustration. What was, what did I hit there? I mean, it's just utter fucking bullshit. And there! Oh, for fuck's sake. What the fucking hell did I hit there? I'm going to try and get through this tunnel without being reset. Fucking hell. Nah. It's badly coded. It's badly designed. It's borderline unplayable. The game is close to being unplayable. This game is an unplayable sack of shit. The game is a fucking unplayable sack of shit. It's fucking boring. It's absolute fucking bollocks. This is just fucking bollocks. This game is a fucking load of bollocks. It really does have pretty much fuck all going for it. English software seems to be one of those game developers like CRL and Domark and Durell, where as soon as you see that name you just know, right, do not fucking waste your money on this fucking pile of shit. I'll give it 1 out of 10. Oh dear, timer, what a fucking shame. On the right hand side, there's 2 bars. The top one, yellow, is how many shots you've got left. The red bar is your armour. Below that, how many lives you've got left. The left hand side is your power ups. I've just picked one up by going over that green whatever it was. The yellow one repairs either your armour or just use some of your shots back. You don't have infinite shots, you've got a limited number of them. On later levels you do really need to be rather conservative with how many shots you fire. So select the power ups, you move the joystick up and down to the one you want. This one fires a twin shot, but I knew I'd fuck that up. There's really no excuse for losing a life on level 1. Level 2, that blue area there, the water. You need to avoid that. That will destroy you if you go into it. You've got to be careful not to actually fly into the water. So I don't really want to go, straight from the furthest one side. That's the jump that I wanted and fucking missed. Alright, there we go. So now we'll head over to this side, where of course more stuff appears. I've already nearly flew into the water again. Alright, jump back over this way. Oh, that looks like it wasn't a very good idea. I'm doing really shit here, but for fuck's sake. I wouldn't mind if it made it easy to put your name in, but no, it's the arcade way. Graphically, title page here really is nothing to write home about. The graphics on the two sides look fine. I do like the graphics within the game, especially on the track itself. I like the effect on the track itself. I like the scan line effect. The enemy sprites and your own sprite, they're clear enough. They may not be the greatest graphics you've ever seen, but they do the job. I was a huge fan of the music and still am. I think the audio in this game is fucking superb audio. It's fucking superb. Big fan of both a major piece of music, but especially this one. I consider the in-game music to be the main piece of music. I think it's one of the best Commodore 64 pieces of music I've ever heard. There are no sound effects at all in the game, but when the music is this good, I don't give a monkey's toss. I always thought that the game itself was pretty good. I do really like the gameplay. There are more exciting shoot 'em ups. Doesn't mean this is not worth your time. It's not the fastest shoot 'em up you'll ever see, but I don't mind that. It's not a bad shooter by any means. I think this is a decent game. Simple as that. Well worth checking out. I highly recommend it. I score this 8.5 out of 10. I think it's great. 8.5 out of 10. I've already reviewed the Commodore 64 game, and I'm a bit of a fan of it. As good as their 64 games are, their Amiga stuff tends to be utter shite. Here we go with the, there's an extra weapon I got, so I now have to double fire, and this is the weapon I tend to use all the time. So I'll grab another extra weapon. Actually, I don't know why I grabbed that one, I don't really use it. We are now going uphill. You can't see too far ahead. That is part of the game design. The ship is not the easiest to control. It does have quite a bit of inertia. That's by design. Try and get through these two here, and here we are at the end of the level. And if you're familiar with the Commodore 64 game, you're probably now thinking, fuck me, that level's short. The levels are a lot shorter in this version than they are in the Commodore 64 version. The levels are a lot shorter. The levels are a lot shorter, but that is because they're a lot more compact. Although the level playing time is a lot shorter, you are actually facing the same number of enemies as you are in the Commodore 64 version. They all come along a lot quicker. There's a lot more happening in each level on the Amiga version than the 64. I do like the gameplay of the Commodore 64 version, but this one is a lot faster, a lot more frantic, because everything is coming at you far more quickly. The game is also a lot easier to actually progress through. On the Commodore 64 version, I was really fucking struggling to get anywhere on level 2, and here I've just completed level 2. The levels are more challenging, even though I'm getting a lot further than I did in what do you call it? On the Commodore 64 version. I did pretty shit on the Commodore 64 version, whereas here you see me get up to level whatever the fuck it was. can enter that password, which is Amiga, spelled wrong. It's supposed to start you at this level. In fact, if you enter it, it starts you back on level 1 again. So yeah, that works well. I haven't lost a life yet. There's a lot of inertia on your ship. It's not easy to actually move it left and right. Oh, yeah, I went too fucking far over. And again. Oh, that's a jump. So now I'm up on the top here and got hit. And I have to hit that jump ramp to get over here. But now, where's the fucking jump? How do you get past that? This is as far as I always get. Do we have to be right to the side? Okay, right, there you go. Graphics wise, it's Atari ST. I don't know what hit me there. Graphically, it just looks so much like an Atari ST game. Graphically, it's straight Atari ST port, so it's not very impressive at all. Graphically, the game absolutely stinks of straight Atari ST port. Graphics wise, it's very bleh. The audio is straight from Atari ST, i.e. shite. Audio wise, it's very Atari ST, i.e. a fucking load of shite. The audio is utter shit. The music is bearable, I suppose. It's certainly not the Your Own Tell soundtrack of the Commodore 64 version. The presentation is more or less identical to the Commodore 64 version, i.e. not very impressive. The game itself is pretty good to play. I do think that the game is a decent game to play. I think the gameplay is fucking good. It's well worth playing. It does actually play better than the Commodore 64 version. If there was a way of getting rid of this music and replacing it with the Commodore 64 music, you'd have the perfect version. I will score it 7 out of 10. When I reviewed the Commodore 64 version, I described this version as shite. Clearly I was wrong. 7 out of 10. It keeps saying this. It says at the end there, this message will not appear again, and yet it appears every fucking time I load it. Commodore 64 version docking is not my strong point. I'm fucking hopeless at it. Diesel is average agriculture. There's no point taking food to another agricultural. What about Riot? Poor agricultural. Fuck, it's all fucking agricultural. I was going to buy cargo here, but there's no point because there's no cargo actually available for me to buy. So this fucker is attacking me. Okay. Sorry, then do it. There we go. I don't know what ship it was. It was too far away. I got 5 credits for taking him out. That's a crate, I think. Whoa, I nearly flew into the fucker. Most people who watch my videos do so for my Elite Dangerous videos. That's the docking station that we just left, the old Coriolis station, which will be familiar to anybody who plays Elite Dangerous. You cannot destroy docking stations, just like you can't in Elite Dangerous. If you play Elite Dangerous, you know that you can buy Leestian Evil Juice and sell that on. That's actually quite similar to what it is in Elite Dangerous. The ECM system, along came Elite Dangerous and completely changed it. There are a lot of ships in this game that do not appear in Elite Dangerous. It's too late to put them in Elite Dangerous now because there would be no point in adding them. The worm landing craft, the shuttle, all of these I think would have been great to have them in Elite Dangerous. Then you got some decent fighters like the Crate, the Mamba, they're not in it. Even larger ships like the Transporter. All of these other ships, none of them are in Elite Dangerous either. The fact that all of this was fitted into, into a game that ran on a computer with 32k RAM makes a fucking mockery of what we are getting in Elite Dangerous. The hardcore Elite Dangerous fanboys, people who never played the original Elite, will say, well, there's more to do in Elite Dangerous than there is in this game. The amount of stuff that has been added to Elite Dangerous in no way adds up to any sort of program that justifies the amount of resources that it uses. Why did Elite Dangerous have to be online only? I have a bit of a problem with the graphics. They are very, very flickery, and they spoil the game. The vector graphics are very, very flickery. Sound effects are quite sparse. What sound effects are there are okay for the most part. That sound while you're going through the hyperspace is annoying. So is the sound when you use the ECM. Yeah, the game slows down a hell of a lot when it's rendering anything on the screen. It slows down a hell of a lot whenever it's rendering any graphics. Very flickering, there's an awful lot of slowdown when any of the vectors are on screen. If there are a lot of ships on screen, it can slow to a fucking crawl. You can hear how much it's slowing down because there's so much being rendered on the screen. The Commodore 64 version just wasn't that great because of the graphics problems. The Commodore 64 version is the worst version of the lot by a distance. It's not terrible. I will give 7.5 out of 10. And my fan's gone out. No fucking fags left. Good job I got this packet. I totally lost the thread of what I was going to say. 7.5 out of 10. I think the Commodore 128 is a fantastic computer. It just came along at completely the wrong time. There really is nothing here that make you think that replacing your Commodore 64 with a 128 was worth it. All of this has absolutely fuck all to do with this particular video. The instructions, the packaging, all make it very clear this is a game for the Commodore 128. And yet, once you start up your Commodore 128, in order to play Elite 128, what's the first thing you got to do? Put it in Commodore 64 mode. I couldn't get in a position quickly enough to destroy that missile. There we go. And yeah, all of his cargo then ploughed straight into me. Try and get ourselves docked. Oh, this is not looking good. Yeah, fucking ploughed right into the side. So there we go. So that's not how to land. Well, no, I'm not going to get away with this. I'm going to crash into the side again. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So I got in, but that was fucking close. The graphics are still flickering, but they're not flickering anything like as much. There's a lot of ships around here. Far more than you would see in the Commodore 64 version. Graphically, it's nigh on identical to the Commodore 64 version. Graphics are much, much better than the Commodore 64 version. I've seen much worse than the Commodore 64 version. The graphics, they do still flicker a bit, but nothing like as badly as they did on the Commodore 64 version. They do still slow down a bit, nothing like as much as the Commodore 64 version. Certainly a lot better than the Commodore 64, which starts to slow down with just one ship. Audio is exactly the same as the Commodore 64 version, apart from that music on the title page. So sound effects are identical to the Commodore 64 version. Cursor here moves a lot faster and a lot more smoothly than it does in the Commodore 64 version. Do I recommend it over the Commodore 64 version? Without doubt. Yes, I do. This is certainly a much better game to play than the Commodore 64 version. A significant improvement on the Commodore 64 version. It's a great version to be playing now if you want to play the original Elite. I rate it 9 out of 10. There were two versions of Elite that were released for the Commodore Plus 4. I will do the second one first. The second one was released in 1994. This is going to be the 1994 release. Well, here we are with the loading screen. It's certainly not as good as the Commodore 64's version. Graphically, it looks nigh on identical to the Commodore 64 version. It does flicker, but not as much as the Commodore 64 version. That's moving at the same sort of speed as Elite 128. It's a fantastic job. Audio is not the strong point of Elite. There's no audio. There is no audio to be seen or heard. No audio to be seen. You do need to know if your shots are hitting the ship you are firing at. So unfortunately, the 1994 version, this is as far as I go with it. Let's bring up the 1988 version. Not bad. Everything looks just like the Commodore 64 version. The vector graphics do not flicker as much as the Commodore 64 version. It is flickering, but it is as fast as Elite 128. They are almost as fast as Elite 128. The hyperspace sound effect was completely different. Actually, I find it far less annoying than the Commodore 64 one. Let's launch. Now there's a different sound effect, more through necessity than choice. That's slightly different, the firing, but not much different. It plays every bit as good as Commodore 64 version. I think it's an unbelievable achievement getting this game onto this computer. You can't not be impressed by that. You can't not be impressed. I'm extremely impressed. I'm unbelievably impressed. Give it a go. This is the last Elite review that I will be doing. I've got to give it 10 out of 10. I could do the Amiga version, but I need a fucking break from Elite. I give this 10 out of 10. That brings Elite reviews mercifully to an end, unless I ever actually do the Amiga version, which I highly doubt. This conversion was by some developer called Mr. Micro. That name just makes me think El Cheapo Crap. It's not a particularly good name. You can change the cursor type to number 2 there or number 1 there. Personally, I think that type 1's fucking horrible. There is the space station. Unfortunately, it takes a fucking long time to actually get to the docking station from the moment you enter the safety zone. When you dock, you see the doors opening and it puts you down into the docking bay, which again is just slowing the game down. So this is the docking sequence. As you can see, it just makes launching really long-winded. Let's have the docking sequence off. As you can see, it goes straight into the actual main launch thing, which saves a hell of a lot of time. Oh fucking hell. Right, so Wolf Mark 2. These things are tough. He's quickly working his way through my fucking energy banks. He took my shields out in no time. So I have a Thargoid and a Wolf Mark 2 trying to fucking blow the fuck out of me. And they will succeed. There we go, game over. So that... rather rub it in with that game over sequence there. I'm not impressed with the head-up display and the cockpit in the slightest. It just looks very crudely done. Gaudy colours don't help. I'm also anything but impressed with the graphics on your weapons. Why have they got to just fire little bloody whatever you want to call them? What was wrong with the solid lines from the bottom coming up to the crosshairs? I don't like the hyperspace sequence here. I think it looks a bit shit. The audio makes it sound like it's a straight Atari ST port. The rendition of the Blue Danube is okay. Sound effects, they sound pretty shit. A lot of the time when you are firing against an enemy ship, what you're actually firing at is a grey circle, as you can see here. By the time they actually can be recognised, they are very close to you and they are able to inflict a significant amount of damage. Again, so you can't see what it looks like. Now I can. Well, just. I can see a sort of green line, but I blew it up, and there you just saw the shots. Tiny little fucking red circles. But yeah, that's the enemy shots. They look shite. The combat, I just think, looks terrible because you've got your shots firing in from the side and there's just these tiny little fucking firing away. The enemy shots are these red fucking circles. I just think it looks shit. The enemy shots, I think, look atrocious. It was a game that was 4 years old. We wanted and expected rather more from the 16-bit version than we got. I wanted the Amiga version of Elite to be more than just filled in graphics. The Amiga was capable of far more. Although I do enjoy playing Elite, I didn't really enjoy playing this one. I'm not a vast fan of it. I've never really been a fan of it. Not all that great, really. I give it 6 out of 10. The controls are a little bit sensitive. Oh, fucking hell. 6 out of 10. If you want to play open play, great. If you don't, well, tough really. And solo is still online, so regardless of which way you are playing, you're playing online. Cargo, it's the cargo you're carrying. Useful tip there from me. You would imagine functions is fairly useful, but I rarely use it. Supply is completely empty on everything except bio waste, which I think is just a technical term for shit. It looks great when it's stationary, but a lot of the time when it's moving, it stutters like hell. Frontier Developments made very clear that there was going to be an offline solo mode for people who didn't want to play online. But then they decided to scrap that, despite promising it for 2 years. They also were promising for 2 years that the game would have the offline solo mode, and that was the reason that a number of people bought into the beta, including me. Early November they released one of their newsletters. They announced that the solo offline mode had been dropped, and there was an enormous uproar about it. Quite rightly. What they actually said was they dropped it because it would be a very shallow and very unsatisfying gaming experience compared to the online modes. Utter bollocks. The manual wasn't made available until over a week after the fucking game came out. So people had the game for a week and didn't have the instructions. People who paid for the upgrade to receive the physical disc, none of them have received that yet, because it's not ready. Some people were supposed to get a t-shirt, none of them have got that yet. The game wasn't supposed to be released until, quote, until it's ready. It's been released when it's not even close to being ready. There are as many features missing in the game as there are actually appearing in it. This is badly bugged and clearly incomplete. There is no excuse for it being released like this. It's been released unfinished. It is clearly unfinished. It's unfinished, it's rushed, it's bugged. There's a chance it may be coming through updates throughout the year. But that's not the point. It's supposed to be here. I am the kind of person who would normally recommend a game to someone I can't stand purely so that they might waste their money buying a game that's a load of shit. I wouldn't do that with this. that would mean that even though I can't stand this person, they would be giving money to Frontier Developments. They are the biggest bunch of crooks, liars and con artists that have ever had anything to do with the software industry. Frontier Developments don't deserve a penny of your money. I don't recommend it to a single person. I do not recommend it to a single person. The Elite Dangerous community does consist of an awful lot of brown nosers. The brown nosers will tell you that the game is fantastic. The brown nosers will say that the game is fantastic and it's delivered on everything. The brown nosers used to like saying, well, if I hate it so much, why did I play it? If I didn't play it, I wouldn't be able to review it. The other thing that brown nosers like to say is the sense of entitlement. That's a phrase they love using. When it comes to paying money for something, you have the sense of entitlement to get what you've been promised. When I say brown nosers and fanboys fuck off, I mean it. I'll continue pissing off the brown nosers quite happily. If I was to give it a rating based on gameplay, I would give it 6 out of 10. However, being a one-time semi-active member of the forum meant that I saw exactly how the game development was progressing. So for that reason, the actual rating I give this is 0. If you haven't yet bought it, don't. I rate this game 0 out of 10. If you leave a comment that insults me, you're going to fuck off permanently, whether you want to or not. 0 out of 10. Some people say docking is quite tricky. I say cobblers. It's fucking simple. Alright, so I've overshot that a little bit. I am going to be deliberately annoying all of the brown-nosing fanboys. If they do their usual response of posting insults to me, then they get called out. I end up doing videos. People say don't feed the trolls. I say do feed the trolls. I can't recommend it highly enough. Most people I know play solo play for good reason. There are so many griefers in open play that the game is ruined by them. The next change is a very minor one. That's this option here, which is FSD boost. So that's the first change. Or no, it's not the first change, the second change. I'll show you one bug here. My ship integrity, to repair that would cost 204. If I was to redo my paintwork, it will cost 1 credit. Of course now it's not fucking doing it. For this one I have to destroy let's get on with it and head to what planet am I going to again? This is a horrible landing. I'm doing a real fucking dreadful job of this. I think I'm hitting the ground now. According to this, I can't go down any lower, and I've got my landing gear out. So why isn't it letting me land? I'm in perfect position, but it's not letting me actually land, even though I've got the landing gear down. So I've got to go up again, and then come back down again. And it's still not fucking letting me do it. Look, I'm on the right landing pad. I'm completely square. It says to land at bay 13. I am on bay 13. If this wasn't bay 13, then it wouldn't be showing me that landing fucking graphic. Why isn't it letting me fucking land? I'm here. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I'm going to run out of time before I can actually fucking land at this rate. What is this fucking doing? Oh, I've been given docking permission. It's showing there. Proceed to landing pad 13. I am on landing pad 13. I have my landing gear down. Here we are now, just driving around the planet's surface. And this is what you spend most of the time doing in the game. You're constantly on the move, unless you turn the flight assist off. For some reason it is still called flight assist, even though it really should be drive assist. If you don't want to just keep driving around and bumping into everything, which I'm doing, you can use the boosters to lift yourself up off of wherever you're going, and preferably not then do that. I'm really making a right fucking pigs here of this. Graphically, it has some okay moments. There are some great views when you're landing on planets. You do not pay 40 quid for a game to see nice views when you're landing on planets. Once you start playing the game, you realise that in terms of depth, it is so shallow. You find yourself doing the same things over and over and over again until you are sick to death of them. There is no variation. There's no real challenge. This game is absolutely riddled with ridiculous issues, ridiculous bugs, features that were promised as long ago as 5 years ago and are still nowhere to be seen. Frontier Developments announced that they are looking at a 10-year development plan. I will be 52 by the time Frontier Developments finally finish this game. There's a good chance I'll be dead before then. A lot of brown nosers will be glad about that. The game will finally be finished in 2025. Do they seriously think that they are going to still have a player base in 2025? If you've already got Elite Dangerous, then don't waste your time or your money. If you don't already have Elite Dangerous and Horizons, keep it that way. It's an insult, it's a travesty. The only things that I feel more content for in this game are Frontier Developments themselves, the brown-nosing fanboys. They're the ones who I hate more than the game as well. The brown-nosers will come along and say, hey, everything's fucking wonderful. If you possess any intelligence, you know it isn't. I've already annoyed some of the brown-nosing fanboys by the fact that I have called Horizons the first expansion, which it is, despite what the brown-nosers will tell you. They never are able to argue against any of the things that I point out as far as the fuck-ups in Elite Dangerous. So the only option left to them is to just downvote my videos, which they do. I'll be very generous and I'll rate it 0. That's my fucking phone. The Empire Strikes Back by Domark. I kept my expectations realistic because it's a Domark game. Still insisting that TIE fighters launched fireballs. I don't remember seeing fireballs in the film. There was only one ATST scene in Empire Strikes Back, and yet in the game here, they're all over the fucking place. See if I can shoot this one in the head. You need pretty good aim for this, and I don't have it. Come on, he's showing that red bloody area like big time. I've got one more pro droid to destroy and I'll get the bonus. Oh, you fuck! I can't believe that. I was only one pro droid away from getting the Jedi bonus, so I could have at least shown you that. But no, those two can go on for an awful long time. This level does seem to be going on for quite a while. You do spend an awful lot of time on this stage just flying around with nothing coming towards you. You're not really doing very much. There are several levels where you spend a lot of time, especially the level with the attack walkers, flying around with nothing to do. Come on, I must be near the end of this level by now. Another attack walker. Hopefully if I ignore him, that will mean end of this stage. Yeah, oh fucking hell, I've just been hit. There's the wave complete with a very unimpressive Darth Vader vector. Graphically, it's okay I guess. Graphics wise, they don't look that bad. Commodore 64's inability to do vector graphics well is showing. It slows down quite a bit. Music wise, it's identical to the first Star Wars game. Sound effects wise, it's pretty much identical to the first Star Wars game. i.e. neither of them are particularly impressive. It's certainly not the greatest game you'll have ever played. Really nothing remarkable. This is just pretty crap, as opposed to being redefining utter shite. I think I'm being a bit unfair to it actually by saying, oh, it's pretty crap. It could have been far worse. It's not too bad. I think Domark have done alright. It's not the usual Domark quality. I'll give it 6 out of 10. It's a Domark game, but not as we know it. 6 out of 10. By Domark standards, it's phenomenal. Published by Domark. I've never even seen the arcade coin-op. At least we can actually start the game without any fucking screen glitches. You've got to fail this level in order to progress. Level 2, where the Imperial Walkers are heading along. To destroy them, you have to either shoot them in the one vulnerable spot. You can also use the tow cables to destroy the ATATs. If you use the right mouse button. You can also get bonus points on this stage by flying through the legs of the ATAT Walkers. But I'm not much good at doing that. Let's have a go. There you go. They have to destroy the power generator, otherwise you stay on this level forever and ever are fucking men. That is level 2 done. Again, I failed it because the ATATs got to the power generator and destroyed it, but you have to fail it to progress to level 3. Now we're on to level 4, where we have to avoid all of the asteroids. Get through this level and you get the final letter that spells out Jedi. Once you have got all of the bonus letters and spells out Jedi, you are invincible for a limited amount of time. That's level 4 done. Now you'll see I have Jedi written across the screen because I have all 4 letters. It's fucking annoying if you lose your last life on this level because the asteroids constantly plough into you while it's saying game over. Oh, there we go. Going to get through this one anyway. I did have this game back in the day, and this version does seem to be playing an awful lot faster than I remember. That level really does look a hell of a lot faster than I remember it when I had this game back in the day. That certainly looks faster than I remember. I don't remember it being as fast as this. I do think this version I'm playing is playing a bit faster than it should have been. I can't really tell if it is faster or not. The vector graphics are relatively smooth. They could be smoother. The music is not superb, but it's okay. Very liberal sprinkling of sampled speech. Very liberal sprinkling of speech samples, which certainly helps to add to the atmosphere. They are actually quite well done. It's not a bad game. There is enough variety between the different phases. It does have some short-term fun. It does get quite repetitive. It does start to get a bit repetitive. It does get repetitive. I will score it 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
He could destroy us.
I used to really like the Star Wars pinball table, the actual official pinball table, and I thought this might be similar to it. In fact, it's fuck all like him. And missed the fucking skill shot as well, so yeah, this really is going to fucking shit. I was absolutely nowhere near getting the super skill shot there. Although, to be honest, I never get the super skill shot anyway. Missed the super... Oh no, I didn't miss the super skill shot. And you have to basically hit that stormtrooper, which is not too easy. Okay, although I've just hit him there. I've got to hit him once more. Like that. Okay, that's not quite the orthodox way of doing it, but I'll take it. This looks quite easy. Oh, fuck it. Got the Empire Award, which is 243,000. What a fucking waste of time. Straight out. Good job I had that fucking kickback, but that's okay. I thought that was going straight out.
We can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
Oh, fuck it! Because I've hit the two words Star and Wars, that central section now opens up. Firing there, we can now choose which scene we want to play. I always start with scene 3 because this one is fucking easy. What we have to do now is hit the ball up that ramp, avoid the asteroids, which I have failed to do twice now, 3 times now, and the ball's got out. Just as I said, it would be, you know, piss easy, so I will fuck it up in this fucking video. This one really does not give you much time at all, especially when that fucking happens. Now we have the Imperial Walker here. I have to hit the flashing lane, not that one. Time is running out, and it's fucking gone down anyway, you fucking evil cunt. Let's do this one again. See if I can actually get this done this time. And that's time up again. And the ball's gone out down the fucking middle. Graphically, the table is pretty good, especially when you consider that it is one of the early fucking piece of shit. Audio is pretty good. The speech is pretty atrocious actually. A lot of them sound very slightly like the people from Star Wars, you know, any of the actual characters that they're meant to be. All of the music is actually from Star Wars. How does the table play? I think it plays pretty good actually. Table layout is good. I think it is pretty bloody good. I do quite like it. The table is a decent one to play. It's not my highest ever score. I'm not going to bother putting my name to it. I give this 8 out of 10. Yeah, fuck off. 8 out of 10. We'll be back with the next table when I can be asked to do it. I am this bike in the middle. Now you are supposed to pull back to wheelie in order to get over these things, but I don't bother and it just sends me flying over the top of them anyway. So I'll pull down. It doesn't seem to have made any difference to doing the jump. Let's try another one, see if that makes any difference. So there we go. Okay, so with the wheelie I go over the jump a bit faster. You go over the jumps regardless of what you do. Which means that here I still plough into this thing that looks like an enormous fucking pile of shit. It does look like huge great heaps of shit at the side of the road. Oh, fucking hell. These obstacles in the road do absolutely fuck all. Fucking hell. Graphics are fucking horrible. Graphically it's fucking horrible. This screen looks reasonable. Graphics there are stomachable. Look at this high score sheet. This looks like it has come straight off a fucking Spectrum. That high score screen doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Music on the title page is okay. The music's okay. The music's not bad. At least the music on the main page here. The in-game music's shit. Everything in-game is shit. Do you remember the speed that we saw in Super Cycle? Fucking well ain't it? A sense of speed is, you know, well, there isn't one. Your bike moves, you know, like so fucking slow that, you know, you got no fucking hope. I don't know how much more I'll take of this. It's fucking bullshit. Don't put putting my name or anything on here. I'll give it 1 out of 10. That is absolutely all it gets. 1 out of 10. This is not me starting again. I'm not that sadistic. You are this fat cunt here in this, in these white, like, I don't know, fucking whatever, I suppose it must be Kung Fu outfit. You are throwing shurikens at everyone and everything that comes past you, or towards you. This is all you do for the whole fucking thing. Released in 1987, and this is what the graphics look like. Graphically, staggeringly fucking basic. Graphics, they're shit. It looks like shit. Animation is abysmal. Your character has 2 frames of animation. The other ninjas may have as many as 3 or even 4 frames of animation. This one coming towards me only had 2. This music is fucking horrendous. We had this fucking irritating monotonous tune playing throughout. It sounds like shit. The only sound effect is when you throw your shuriken. Your shuriken travels so slowly that shit sound effect does really suit it. Your character is staggeringly slow. He sort of plods around the fucking screen like he's made of concrete. The other ninjas and whatever the fucking hell else they are meant to be wander around the fucking screen like fucking lightning, especially the ninja in the white suit there. And it means no matter how quickly you react, you cannot avoid the shots or the nunchuckers that come along, or the fucking enemies. The high score doesn't even work. It never shows a high score at all. You don't need me to tell you that this game's a fucking load of shit. It's a fucking load of shit. It's a fucking load of bollocks. This is fucking shit. It plays like shit. Absolute shite. Not really all that surprising when you consider it's a games creator title. Well, what can you say? Well, you could say by releasing this in 1987, Mastertronic were just saying a big fuck you to everybody who had a Commodore 64. In 85, most Mastertronic games didn't use the games creator software, and by 86 it had been completely abandoned. This is not a Mastertronic game. It was not made by David or Richard Darling. Whenever a game was released by Mastertronic that used the games creator software, it was always made by one of those two. They didn't do this. We're not that fucking stupid. You who made this fucking load of shite, don't palm it off on somebody else. Admit this is your responsibility, not Mastertronic's. Oh, who's the cunt with the fucking fireworks out there? Some cunt is lighting them out from the streets. No, it's not. That's going on for a fucking long time. I score this fuck off you cunt out of 10. Hopefully I won't get too many more fucking fireworks going off. It's not even that dark out. There was a demo disc of it that circulated for quite some time. The demo must have been around for at least a year before the game finally materialised. The demo gave you pretty good expectations. I was one of those people who bought the game the day of release purely on the strength of... oh, for fuck's sake. I haven't got an entry code. God's sake. As you can see, it does take an awful long time to actually do anything. It really weren't very subtle in as far as basically stealing ideas. The enemy ships look like Viper fighters. There you are. And the enemy cruisers look like Klingon ships from Star Wars. Oh, for fuck's sake. Star Trek. I think I've just managed to piss off Star Trek and Star Wars fans in one go there. Some of the larger ships look rather like ships from Battlestar Galactica as well. It makes you wonder how the fuck they managed to get away with it. So what have I got to do? It doesn't help that I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. I can't actually remember if the game was joystick or mouse controlled. I don't seem to be firing anything. How the fuck do I fire it? Whoops. Looks like I've just taken a hit. Yeah, there's an enemy ship there. But I can't fucking fire at him. I don't seem to be moving at all. What speed is a 0. So let's find how I can speed up then. Looks like I turned my shields off. Looks like my time limit is running out and I haven't done anything yet. Okay, so it's telling me to continue mission. Oh, well, I haven't stopped doing the mission. Okay, head for planet. So it looks like I've destroyed enough. So, okay, well there's the planet. It looks like I've done it. Somehow I managed to do it. It was just a case of shoot everything. How great. Well, now that I have a better idea of what the controls are, maybe I can do a bit better this time. How did I change my weapons again? Was it Z? Or space? Or shift? Was it 1? 2? Was it F1? Try not to crash into the ground. Why am I going? Completely the wrong way. Graphically, yeah, it was okay. At the time, yeah, this looked great. Graphically, once you actually see this part where you're actually playing it, it's... It does give a sort of atmosphere, I must admit that. The game itself is just so limited. In terms of the variation, there isn't any. Shoot all the enemies. And that's pretty much all you have to do from the start. It's just more of the same. Once you went beyond this, you saw that there really wasn't very much in the game at all. This is it. This is the entire game. Controls are really not all that great. They start off very sluggish, and then suddenly they are hypersensitive. The game was ridiculously easy, largely because in the instruction manual itself, it told you the cheat mode. The cheat mode consisted of pressing one fucking key. What that did was give you all of your weapons. Alright, so I've pressed enter on the keypad. That's the cheat mode. For the actual game to give you the cheat mode within the instruction manual is a bit ridiculous. It has been a while since I've played it, and then when I did play it, I tried to put it out of my memory. This was a game that promised a hell of a lot and delivered on pretty much none of it. This really is a classic case of all polish and no substance. The final insult was the fact that it gave you the cheat mode in the instruction manual, which was just stupid. It is so uninspiring. It's just awful. I think it's bloody awful. I don't really have much desire to play it anymore. I have no real desire to play this anymore. I will score it 2 out of 10. Epic by name, certainly not epic by anything else. 2 out of 10. You get the choice of continuing with your character or starting again with a new one. You didn't have that option in FX3, so I'm quite pleased to see that. This is one table where one go can last a fucking age. My last go, I scored 106 million. That took me fuck knows how long. If ever there is a table where I always waste the multi-balls, this is it. I am absolutely fucking hopeless at keeping the multi-balls going, especially when one goes out like that.
Almost.
And there you go, yeah.
Classic combo! Sorry, Evil! I'm back!
And again!
I am not yet
Fucking
begun to
sack of shit.
soon be mine.
That's going straight out. Again, bumping between the overpowered bumpers, and then it gets put in a position where there is absolutely fuck all you can do to stop it going out. And people think I'm the weird one for saying I want that feature to go and get fucked. Which I say feature. I mean, it's not a feature, it's a fucking cunt, is what it is. Graphically it's great, the audio is fine. I like the layout, the humour throughout it works well. It's a great table. I think I've finally scored 1 million, which is a good job because I'm playing this like a fucking John Gage. 8 million for that one. There's no way I'm putting my fucking name to that. I'm back doing another one of these tables. I had to take a break, otherwise there was a good chance that I would have done myself a fucking injury. Now you may be forgiven for thinking that combining pinball and role-playing games would mean that this table is needlessly complicated, but it's not. The skill shot is to aim the ball into that slot, which I completely missed. Let's have another go at the skill shot, and fucked it up again. It's still too hard. Ah, you fucker. There we go.
Skill shot.
All that just for 300,000. I can now face or do the Ogre Chief. You have to either defend or attack within a certain time. There we go. That's killed him off. If I can get there, and there we go, got the extra ball there.
I hope.
And I'm also fighting the vampire.
Don't you want to meet me, Brave Knight?
Just get in the fucking hole! Now you need to time it so that it goes in the right one. I've mistimed it completely, so I started the multi-ball session early, but there's only one ball locked. So this is going to count as much of a multi-ball session. Okay, I didn't realise 2 more get launched. Right, so I want the fucking hell. Fucking hell, that was close. Missed. That's, oh, I thought that was going straight down. Not that I was doing it by choice. I thought that was going straight out.
Don't you want to meet me, Brave Knight?
Skeleton multi-ball. This can go on for ages, so I might well keep doing that. Fucking hell. That was the fastest fucking multi-ball session I've ever had. I think that's the 3rd hit, but it's barely done anything, and now it's fucking gone out anyway. So, yeah, I've got the, relaunch, so I'm okay there. Oh, you fucking...
Skeletons, on guard, my bony adversaries.
Oh, fucking what? Oh, maybe I can cast a spell if I'd fucking timed it right. Oh, you fucking... Graphically, it's fine. Graphics are fine. I like the graphics. The audio is fine. I like the audio. The table layout I think is pretty good. The table layout I think is great. I like the layout. This is certainly one of those tables that I do actually like. I like everything about the table. I think it plays brilliantly. If you are playing Pinball FX2 and you don't have this, do something about it now. I'll rate this 9 out of 10. Released in 1987. This is a game based on the television programs starring Edward Woodward, and it all sounds like it could be quite interesting. Let's see. No sign of Robert McCall. Okay, looks like I've reached the end of the level, so I had to grab that fucking heart thing, which of course I've now let go off the screen, so that means I can't get anywhere. Graphics are fucking cutesy, nauseating shit. The music is cutesy, nauseating shit. There are no sound effects. What we have is some fucking nauseating bullshit cutesy platform game come shooter that is nothing but a fucking blatant rip-off of that stinking load of shit coin-op game Wonder Boy. It would be like naming a game Star Wars and then it being, well, Wonder Boy. Zap64 reviews frequently said the title is a little misleading. It's not a little misleading, it's fucking bang out of order. People who bought the game would have been so fucked off, and there was no way they were going to buy another game this cunt had written, nor were they ever going to buy another game by this publisher. This has absolutely no redeeming qualities at all. A fucking load of bollocks. Gameplay is cutesy, nauseating shit. An insulting sack of shit that is a con. It is nothing short of an absolute con. I believe that the cunt who wrote this game did it on purpose. It was not accidental at all. Gavin Rayburn here. He knew exactly what he was doing. I would like to see Gary Rayburn tied to a chair and then stuck in a room surrounded by either actinium or plutonium. Gary Rayburn is an absolute fucking cunt. What a cunt. I score it minus 1.9 times 10 to the 19th power, which is the half-life in years of bismuth. Possibly the most contemptible game I've ever encountered. Let's get a game underway. So I think I've got to change the joystick ports. No, I haven't got to change the joystick ports. When the enemies come towards you, they walk right through you. So you don't lose a life if you are hit by the enemies. You only lose a life if their shots hit you, or if you run out of time. You only lose a life if their shots hit you, which means that if you duck like I am here, you cannot be killed on level 1. Level 2 you can, providing the right enemy comes past. It's not what I would call challenging. You get an extra life every 10,000 points. Getting 10,000 plus is ridiculously simple. You only start off with 3 lives. I've got 8 lives left. Level 2 it does get more challenging, but for a really cuntish reason. I am entering the train station, or where the train is based anyway. I've reached the next stage. You've still got the blokes in brown coats that take 1 hit and the blokes in red coats who take 2 hits, but now there are these cunts in the like pinkish coats who take 3 hits. That's it. And then these cunts on the motorcycles. The motorcycles come along so fucking fast that a lot of the time you've got no chance of avoiding them. The only time you are in any sort of danger is when the motorcycles come along, which you really don't have a hope in hell of avoiding. Yeah, I managed to kill one of them, or destroy one of the motorcycles. On the bridge, it has the mines that are in the film. It looks like I was wrong. The mines on the bridge are not here. So in other words, this is no different to level 2. Well, the backdrop's different. This level is the last level of the game. After this, it's game completed, except it just loops around again. Title page looks okay. It's instantly recognisable as Snake Plissken. The title page gives you the impression, yeah, this may not be too bad. They've made an effort. Graphically, it looks like a poor man's Cobra. It feels like playing Cobra, which is a feeling I really did not want. It's a graphical monstrosity. The scrolling is unbelievably glitchy. The graphics are so glitchy and so badly drawn that the sprites look like shit. The backgrounds are vaguely reminiscent of the film locations. The theme tune rendition is alright. Rendition of the theme tune is okay. Rendition of the theme tune is okay when it first starts. It's an okay rendition, but I am getting a bit bored with it. When you get to about the 85th loop of it, you are a bit sick of hearing it. That's the only audio in the entire game. I wouldn't mind the occasional sound effect in game, but no, there isn't any. The game looks like it's been coded and designed by a 5-year-old. It takes simplicity and takes the piss out of it. This game came out 15 years after Impossible Mission. I'm glad this was a fucking public domain release, because can you imagine paying money for this? It's not what I call a classic. It's shit. It's a load of shit. Oh great, I've just got an extra fucking life, because I really need it then. I score it 1 out of 10. I'm fucking bored playing this. 1 out of 10. The biggest challenge is to stay awake. You are Ash. Now, as you enter the hut, it's always a good idea to try and not lose a life straight away. You want to try and close all the doors and windows as quickly as you possibly can. Now that yellow cloud that you just saw there, that is the actual evil spirit coming in to possess everybody there. It's a good idea to try and keep doors closed, but the other people who you are with do have a habit of opening them. That yellow cloud has come in, which means that the evil is here, so yeah, I now need to fight off the deadites. The energy bar goes down no matter what you do. If something attacks you, it goes down extremely quickly. You have to press fire to attack, otherwise they will just keep stripping your energy away from you. That sword that I had has now disappeared for no reason at all, other than it was time for all the objects to get randomly moved around again, including the object that I was carrying. When the time comes for the items to be randomly moved, that includes the items that you are carrying, and they disappear. I'll grab the sword. Oh no, it won't let me because I've still got the spade. I've got to wait for the spade to mysteriously disappear again. It does contain all of the memorable locations. It even has that sort of swinging chair. It also has the fireplace, and it has 2 beds. That's about it. You've seen the layout of the entire game. The playing area never changes. You've seen everything that's in this game. It may look graphically quite shit, largely because it is. This title page is pretty uninspiring. The animation on your character, I can't find the words to describe it. In-game graphics just like they've come straight from an Atari 2600. It has the graphics and audio of an Atari 2600 game. The audio and visuals are straight out of an Atari 2600. Sound effects are the sound of your footsteps and your attacking, both of which sound like they've come from an Atari 2600. Actually, that's quite insulting to an Atari 2600. I've seen The Evil Dead quite a few times. I'm trying to place where that sound effect is from in the film. The music, what sounds like a sort of faint buzzing in the background, that's the intro music. Palace Software did release some decent games. This is not one of them. The film is one of the greatest films ever made. The game is not. This game is as big a fucking heap of shit as the film is superb. Did anyone at Palace Software honestly think this is just what fans of The Evil Dead are crying out for? I don't think anybody who coded this fucking shit is a fan of the film. They couldn't possibly be. It couldn't possibly have been aimed at fans of the film. This was not made with fans of The Evil Dead in mind. This was made to try and put people off seeing the film. This was probably made by someone like Mary Whitehouse to try and put people off wanting to see the film because they thought the film might have been as shit as this was. Those attacks by the possessed people is just like it is in the film. It is just like watching the film, especially when the purple arms appear. Oh, it's the green legs as well. If you did actually buy this back in the day, there were no instructions at all. All you got was some sort of poem thing that was supposed to be trying to look and sound like a passage from the Necronomicon from the film. And of course it fucking failed miserably. It's so well coded that when your energy runs out, the energy count actually clocks around again and suddenly you've got 999,000 and something. It is just so badly coded. It is a staggering fucking great shit pile of a game. It's not a game. Games have some entertainment value and this has none at all. It really is an insult. It's a fucking insult. This is an insult. It is just an epic-sized fucking turd. It is a fucking huge heap of shit. It is utter fucking shit. Utter bollocks. One of the worst games ever written. Fuck off. Minus 10 out of 10. Fuck off. Welcome to Exchange, based on the popular TV game Countdown. Why does it have to be Q to start the game? A maximum of 14 letters is recommended, but 8 is the usual number. Well, if it's supposed to be based on Countdown, then surely 9 is the number. How many letters do you want? Well, let's make it like Countdown then, 9. Consonant X. Oh, that's really useful. Consonant Z. I'm going to be doing well here. Well, there is fuck all there. 30 seconds from the tone to complete a word. Right. What the fuck are you supposed to do with X, Z, Y, 2 W's? Oh, I got a 4. What a shit letter collection. So I did a 4. Right. Time up. Do you want to play the numbers game? Well, no. What about putting in the fucking word I've just come up with? Do you want to do a numbers game? No. Well, now what? So at no point is it actually going to even ask me what the word is. Oh, in that case, right, that last round, 9, it was fucking easy. Do you want to play the numbers game? Yeah, alright. You must use the numbers available to calculate a figure as close to the target number as possible. 1, 4 and 3, yeah, I can understand getting that, but why 28, 20, 24, 109, 158? What the your target is 358. So basically I've got to get 200 and then add it to the 158. Well, I dare say this isn't going to ask us for, you know, whatever. Yeah, I got it. Right, there we go. Time up. And yeah, asking us if we want to play the numbers game. That music is unbelievable. The countdown clock sounds better. The fucking hell is all this? Get this fucking shit out of my sight. What a fucking load of bollocks. What a fucking load of shit. Fucking load of shit. What a fucking load of shit. On the shitometer this gets 85. I've run out of tea. This is a Kevin Morton game, which always tells me that it's going to be extremely simple. You have to shoot these things that are all coming out, which are all just completely random guff. Quite why all of these random things have been chosen, I just have no clue. That one there with the smile on his face, you can't shoot him. That is Spud, who is your friend. You mustn't shoot him. A mutant llama appears. Wonder where they got that idea from. If they appear, you have to shoot them. You can't let them escape. You sometimes see these clocks appearing. Shoot them, they'll give you extra time. If they have a 1 on the dial, it gives you 10 seconds. If they have a 2, it gives you an extra 20 seconds. So there's one there, which I need. If your time runs out, it doesn't matter how many lives you've got, it's game over. My time is about to run out. But of course there's no clocks appearing, so there is fuck all I can do about it. If you shoot the televisions and they have 4 on the display. You get bonus points because apparently shooting a television having channel 4 on it is rare. Channel 4 is usually the first channel I look at. There are other levels. This vortex here isn't the only vortex in the game. I haven't got the faintest fucking clue what you have to do to get to the next level. The only variations you will see are if you actually manage to get to the next level. Fuck knows what you got to do to get there. I just know that at some point you do eventually do that. Once you're here, you do exactly the same thing as before. There is no reasoning behind the graphics looking the way they do. The graphics are bollocks. Graphics are shit. The audio is nothing to write home about at all. Well, this is it. This is the whole thing. Shoot these random fucking sprites until you lose all your lives or your time runs out. Within the first few seconds of playing the game, you've seen everything there is. I've shown you everything there is. I showed you everything there is. This is it. This is all you do. There's no variation. Gameplay is extremely repetitive. Gameplay is crap. Why is there a bunny, then a hovermar, then a mutant llama, then an alarm clock, and then a ghost, and then a ship, and a television, and the Commodore symbol? There's just no reason why any of these things are here. They're supposedly on later levels, these things start shooting at you. Why, I don't know. Reading the instructions, you wouldn't even know there was any extra levels. The instructions don't tell you. They don't tell you jack shit. The instructions told you absolutely fuck all. The instructions actually tell you next to fuck all. It is just an endless stream of fuck all. It's just such a sack of fuck all nothing. It's utterly forgettable. The game is utterly forgettable, which is a bit of a trademark of Kevin Morton games. It seems to be Mr. Morton's trademark of producing shit games. It's about as generic a shooter as I have ever seen. It is every bit as boring as it looks. It is monumentally boring. I am unbelievably bored with it. Not one to get excited about. My time's out. What a fucking shame. I score it 1 out of 10. It's every bit as riveting to play it as it was to watch that video.